Every crime leaves a trail, but not every trail leads answers. Here, we follow the cases that haunt, the mysteries that linger, and the truths buried in darkness. Welcome to Veil of Mysteries.
The prison break that shocked the world. It was just past 2 a.m. when the sirens erupted. Guards scrambled. Helicopters lifted into the sky. Something unthinkable had just happened. Inside one of the world's most secure prisons, where walls were built to keep men buried alive, dozens of inmates had vanished. This wasn't just an escape. This was a message. A message that shocked the world. The unbreakable fortress. The prison was considered escape-proof. Its walls towered like giants, lined with razor wire that glistened under floodlights. Armed guards patrolled the perimeter. Every gate, every corridor, was reinforced with steel. Interview reenactment. You didn't think about escape here. That was fantasy. This was the end of the line. But behind those stone walls lived men who refused to surrender. Murderers. Drug lords. Masterminds who had built empires before being locked away. And among them, men who believed that no cage could hold them forever. It began quietly. 2 inmates whispering late at night. A guard looking the other way, for money. A smuggled tool hidden in a loaf of bread. Every detail of the prison was studied like a blueprint. The shift rotations. The blind spots in surveillance cameras. The cracks in the system. It wasn't a plan born overnight. It was crafted piece by piece, in silence, over months, maybe years. Beneath the prison's concrete floors, a secret world was being carved. The tunnel began no wider than a crawl space, hidden beneath a cell. Each night, prisoners chipped away at the earth with crude tools, spoons, sharpened metal, even bare hands. The dirt was carried away in small bags, spread across the yard during exercise. Some was flushed down toilets, others stuffed inside false walls. Reenactment, prisoner voice. We worked in shifts. If one of us dug, the other kept watch. The sound of the generators covered everything. Over time, the tunnel stretched hundreds of feet, reinforced with stolen wood, and even rigged with lights powered by wires smuggled in from the prison workshop. 4 months, guards walked above it, never knowing freedom was right beneath their boots. The night of escape. On a moonless night, the plan was set in motion. Inmates slipped quietly from their cells, one by one. They pried open the hidden entrance and crawled into the darkness. The tunnel was suffocating. The air was thick, damp, and choking. But the thought of freedom kept them moving. Finally, after hours underground, they reached the surface, outside the walls. By the time the first alarm rang, dozens of inmates were already gone. The prison exploded in confusion. Guards rushed from cell to cell, shouting names, counting and recounting prisoners. The warden was called from his home. Helicopters lit up the countryside. Roadblocks were set up within minutes. Officer voice reenactment. It was madness. You could see the fear in everyone's eyes. If they could escape, anyone could. The public woke to shocking headlines. Panic spread through towns near the prison. Citizens locked their doors, terrified that killers might be hiding nearby. Authorities launched one of the largest manhunts in modern history. Thousands of officers combed forests, highways, and villages. Dogs sniffed through abandoned barns. Checkpoints were set at every border. And yet, the fugitives were always one step ahead. Some blended into the crowd, shaving their heads, changing clothes. Others were sheltered by criminal networks waiting for them on the outside. Weeks passed. One was captured in a stolen car. Another was found hiding in a farmhouse, betrayed by the sound of coughing through a wall. But others simply vanished. The humiliation. The escape humiliated the system. Investigations uncovered shocking truths. Guards had been bribed with money, cigarettes, and favors. Cameras had blind spots ignored for years. Reports of suspicious digging sounds had been dismissed. Investigator reenactment. This wasn't just a breakout. This was a failure at every level. The warden was removed from his position. Several guards were arrested. And governments worldwide questioned the safety of their own prisons. Some fugitives became legends. Stories spread of one living under a false identity overseas. Another was rumored to have rebuilt his empire in secret. Others were recaptured after years on the run, dragged back into the very cells they once escaped. But a handful were never found. Their names remain on wanted lists, their faces aged on posters, their trails long gone cold. The prison break that shocked the world wasn't just an escape. It was a lesson. A lesson that no wall is too high, no lock is too strong, and no system is too perfect to be outsmarted. And somewhere, even now, those who slipped through the cracks may still be out there, free, living among us.